Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
And Marianne behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food. And you know what, Toots? Let's make some cookies. Walnut Wonders. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Fairly straightforward kind of recipe. An old one from an old book, and we'll put it together. You can see here's all of our ingredients. The stove, our beautiful vintage General Electric Liberator, 350 degrees, okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream. We've got a stick of, this is actually margarine, did not have any butter. So you need a half a cup of butter or margarine and 2/3 of a cup of sugar, okay? And we're going to cream that up there. This is often how a lot of recipes start, isn't it, Mare?
Yes.
Combining the sugar and the butter. And when they say cream, they really want it, should be nice and fluffed up, right?
Right.
And well incorporated. So you can see it's the ingredients are combined. I'm going to let it go for another minute here. And when using an electric or hand mixer for that matter, one of your best friends is your spatula. Scrape down. Basically want that sugar kind of dissolved into the butter or margarine. How's that look to you, Toots?
That's good.
Looks pretty good. I think so too. Okay. So now what we're going to add is I got one, just the yolk, okay? We're going to add our 1 egg yolk, and we are also going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and we're going to mix that in. We haven't had cookies for a while, have we?
No, we haven't.
Oh, can you smell that vanilla?
Yes.
And we're going to scrape because we do want everything good and mixed. Now, it doesn't call for any baking powder or baking soda, but what it does call for is 1/8 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. So I'm going to put that in. 1/8 of a teaspoon would be 1/2 of a 1/4 of a teaspoon, wouldn't it, Mare?
Right.
She's better at math sometimes than I am. Okay. So we're going to put in that little bit of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is something that's often used when whipping up egg whites, kind of as a stabilizer. Let's do a scrape down. Okay. Now, the last two ingredients. One here, honey, I've got a cup of all-purpose flour, okay?
Okay.
We're going to put that in there. And I'm going to put the flour in. Let's get that incorporated. You always want to start on low speed with flour, don't we, Mary?
Right. or you'll have a flour facial.
That's right. So let's get that flour combined in. Lock this down. See that dough coming together?
Yeah.
Whoop, unlock. So it's a fairly stiff dough. I'm gonna again scrape down. I'm gonna just get that flour stirred in. Then I've got, you can't have a Walnut Wonder, Mare, without some walnuts.
All right.
I've got 1/3 of a cup of walnuts. You could also use pecans if you wanted to. And I especially like to toast up the nuts a little bit before I use them. Just in a warm pan on the oven is for just a few minutes. Helps bring out the flavor, I think. Okay. Okay, there is our dough. So what I'm going to do, Mare, is I'm going to get cleaned up and we're going to come on back. And again, got the oven preheating to 350 degrees. Let me get baking sheet ready and we'll bake up our Walnut Wonders. All right, honey, I am using a teaspoon. You could also use a little cookie scoop, if you wanted to. And again, these aren't really big cookies here, and I'm just dropping them. I'm not really shaping them at all. But we'll get a dozen on here. Depending on the dough, I think I'll see how many I can get. I might be able to get 2 dozen out of this recipe. So if that's the case, if it's just 2 dozen, I think I might do I'll get another baking sheet out and bake them at the same time. Yeah, okay. All right. So there's 1 dozen. I'm going to fix up another dozen, then we'll get them in the oven. Honey, we got 27 cookies, okay?
Okay.
A little bit more than 2 dozen. So they need to bake for about 20 minutes or so. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes and then I'm going to switch the 2 racks. But you want to bake them until they're nice and golden brown. So now it's just a waiting game. So we're making our Walnut Wonders on today's Cavalcade of Food. All right, honey, it's been about 20 minutes. Yeah, that's, nice and golden, aren't they?
Yes.
Let's see. So at the 10-minute mark, I flipped the trays, put the bottom tray on the top and vice versa. So we are good. Ooh, they smell good, don't they?
Yes, they do.
We're going to let them cool for a moment. And there's a little tiny guy. Actually, let me see. We can do that. We're going to get them off this hot pan and onto the rack and let them cool. So it's a fairly, like a small recipe. If I had made these I think they're about the right size, don't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to make them much bigger or smaller. So, anyways, I'm going to get these off to cool, Mare, and we'll come back and we will give a taste try. Our Walnut Wonders. There they are. What do you think, Toots?
They look good.
They look good. And looks aren't everything, though.
No.
Isn't that what Mama said?
Yeah.
So, there's a little, look at this little tiny one right here. Nice brown on the bottom. I don't know why. Maybe it's the walnut. I feel like it's Christmas time. These would be a great Christmas cookie.
Yeah.
And great with coffee or tea. But that was pretty small, Mare.
Better take another one.
I don't know I can really give a fair assessment based just on that one. But here's another. Beautiful bottom. Yep. Nice. A good cookie. Again, you could use pecan instead of the walnut. I like it. So, you could see they were a cinch to make, right?
Right.
The recipe is in the description below the video. So if you click on the description, you'll see the recipe there. Let's also tell our friends that the website is cavalcadeoffood.com there. Okay?
Okay.
We encourage them to go there. They can see the videos. You can link to my other YouTube channel, which is Always Analog, where I do a lot of reviews there of pens and pencils especially, because I collect pencils. And you can also go to the Cavalcade Radio Hour tab at cavalcadeoffood.com. I do a radio show here in Croswell, actually in Sanilac County, this part of Michigan, and you can see the shows that I do, and just there's all kinds of fun stuff there. But what I want to do right now is thank my little sister for working that camera. Thank you, Mary Ann.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank you all for spending some time with Mary Ann and I as we made our Walnut Wonders today on Cavalcade of Food. Stay well, and we'll see you back here real soon. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.